I think too, you know, like I remember when I used to go on holidays, because it was always about, here's the diet that I do. Here are the things that aren't allowed in the diet. And I'm always low calorie. So I go on holidays and I eat all of the shit and I drink all of the alcohol. Whereas now, you know, you talk about having, like women talk about cheat meals, and it's like, I now view food is, how is this going to make me feel? You know, like I love sourdough bread, but if I have more than a slice a day, I just don't feel optimized. Like I feel a bit bloated, but one slice is good, of good quality. So I'll just stick to one slice. You know, but I don't feel like I need to eat a whole loaf because I eat enough carbs and eat enough sugar, you know, and it's no longer about, is this food good or bad? It's about, how is it going to make me feel? Like I don't want to eat shit food anymore because I don't want to sleep like shit. I don't want to wake, like if I was to go out now and eat, like, because I used to love Nando's, like the chips, like they're cooked in the vegetable oil. And I'd eat that. If I ate that now, I would feel depressed the next day, as in physically, like I would be bloated, I would be gassy, my sleep would be crap, and I'd feel terrible. And it's like, you can just make air fried chips with coconut oil. You can still eat the same stuff, but just choose the options that's going to work better for your body and make you feel better, I think. And, you know, like once you start eating like this and it make you feel so happy. Like,
well, and I think you focus on different things, you know, I mean, part of eating this way is getting more back in touch with your body again, right? It's actually because I think so many people are living in this unconscious state constantly. And they're just like, you know, and that's why so many people, they're like, can you just write me out an eating plan? I'm like, no, I go, because I mean, we need to start where you're at and we need to adjust it. And I need you to be more aware of what you're doing and how you feel. That's why we're taking temperature and pulse. Because if I just blindly give you something and you're, again, just going unconscious through the day and just eating this, it's just, that's not the point. The point is to get back into your body so that you can make the choices like you say, you know, like, how is that going to make me feel? Because then once you're aware of how things make you feel, then you make better choices versus I just have to eat this and this and this, you know, and I'm like, no, because I don't even know if that's going to work for you. You know, it might not, you know, you might not be able to handle these foods. And, or if so, we got to try. And then how do you feel? Right? What's your temp pulse doing? Like that part is very, very important. Anytime you want to make a change in your life, you got to make it more conscious. You can't just start doing everything conscious and here's, you know, and have someone write things up for you and not pay attention to where you're at, because you're not going to change it in a lasting way. It's just going to be just kind of there. And then as soon as you know, because if you don't consciously feel it and understand what you're supposed to be feeling and doing, you're just going to go right back to your old ways, you know, because you're not aware of what's happening. You know, so in a 1,200 calorie diet, and that's what it is. And that's what people like it. It's like, this is what I'm supposed to eat, 1,200 calories, I'm just going to follow it. And I'm totally unconscious and I'm just going to do it. And then if I lose weight, I'm going to be happy. But that never happens.
I know. It's like,
it kind of does. Yeah, you're never happy. You're starving. You know,
yeah.
And you're like,
you rebound.
But even if you get to your actual weight, which most don't, they're always like 5 pounds away. But even if you get there, you're so neurotic and so crazy by that time, and your sleep's probably crappy and you're just kind of edgy, you know, and you're just psycho about going out because you're worried that you're going to eat something. So half the time you don't even go out anymore. I mean, there's so many things I did. I was just like, oh my God, it's so insane. And I know so many other women that do that, you know, and it's completely crazy. And you don't have to, you know, and you can go out and you can eat the foods. And when you shift your body and let it adapt to a better way of eating and get all that shit, like, you know, all that vegetable oils and all the nuts and seeds and grains and so forth, it just works, you know? And
yeah, I think too, like women need to invest in their education, you know, like we'll have women that, because we'll talk to them on the phone before we enroll them in our program to see if they're a good fit. And they're like, you know, are you going to give me a meal plan? We're like, nah, you have to, like, and they struggle at the start because it's hard. Like, we say we've got a coach who holds their hands and helps them, checks their plans. But everyone who does the work in our program, by the end of the 12 weeks, we don't have to check their meal plans anymore. They know how to adjust their calories. They know what foods work for them. They know how to understand and listen to their body, because it's like, you've just got to put that time in. You've got to invest in yourself, invest in education and learn, and then you'll be free. Like, and what I say to women, like, it's 12 weeks, like, to learn. And yeah, it's hard, but like the payoff is just so great. And, you know, you won't ever have to rely on anyone else to tell you what to eat again.
Well, and anytime you make a change, it is hard in the beginning because it's different. You know, it's complete. Like, this is going to be different, and you're gonna like be worried, and you're gonna think that you don't know stuff. And totally, I'm like, you're starting a whole new process, just like learning a new language. It's hard in the beginning, but once you invest in it every single day and you do it in the beginning, then you can start speaking that language. And then it's not hard, right? But you got to put in that time and the effort in the beginning. You have to do it, and everyone can choose to go at their own pace. Some people, like we talked about before, it's not their deal. They're not ready, and that's okay. Maybe they'll come back and maybe they won't. But ultimately, if you put the time and effort in and stop making yourself crazy over analyzing everything and just listen and learn this way, you will get results.
Totally.
100%.
Yeah. And it's got to be the long haul. Like I had a conversation with her because we do group coaching calls every fortnight, and she's like most women, 37, done a lot of diets, really estrogen dominant, like has no real muscle at all, like just learning how to lift. And, she was really good though, but she's like, Kitty, I was feeling really disheartened because I'm like 7 weeks in and I'm not seeing the results physically that I want to see. And I'm like, we'll get used to it. I'm like, you got a lot of healing to do. I'm like, you've got to improve your sleep. You've got to get your hormones back in balance. You need to eat more. Cause she's like, I'm just waking up at night, but just won't eat more food. I'm like, you got to eat more. I was like, you have to. I'm telling you now, if you want to fix your problems, and you got to get off the scales every day. Because that's just a short term, and you've just got to, I said, somehow you've got to, and she goes, yeah, no, you're right. She's like, and I know there's no other option because I know that all the other diets don't work and I've done everything and it always ends in the same way. So I think sometimes you've just got to go 12 months. You're going to give it at least 12 months and be consistent. And I guarantee if someone does this for 12 months and be consistent, it's like, you'll be happy. You'll get results. It's just, you can't expect to get there in 12 weeks. Like it's never going to happen. All these programs that sell you 12 weeks to the body of your dreams, it's bullshit.
Well, you might look the way you want, but it's not going to be sustainable. And, this is like for you to heal, right? Not just to lose weight, right? I can get anyone to lose weight, right? Stop eating. You can lose weight.
Yeah.
Right? Get the flu. You can lose weight. There's a lot of different ways to lose weight. A lot of them are really unhealthy. However, if you want to heal, you have to eat, and you have to eat food that has nutrition, period. You have to add. And I have clients who do this, and they're like, and because they'll gain a little weight, and they're like, I don't want to eat any more 1,500 calories. I'm like, you have to.
Yeah.
I go, you have to eat more. They're like, but I'm like, you have to eat. I don't know how else to put it. If you want to heal, you have to eat more, and you can add it in slowly, and we can go slow as you want, but you have to eat more food. And you need to get up 1,800, 2,000 plus calories to heal. You have to heal first. Yeah. That's going to take time, especially if you've been eating shit, for years and eating nothing and overtraining and stressing the crap. And you still might have a lot of those stressors in your life still to this day. Right. And that's why people that are severely stressed, I'm like, you need to stop working out. Your body can't handle it. We have to get you to heal. And I've worked with women and they're so freaked out, especially in the fitness industry. I'm like, just don't work out. And they will say, Kate, I can't believe I'm starting to lose weight. I haven't been losing weight in 12 months and I'm not working out and I'm eating more calories. I'm like, okay, so what the hell does that say to you? What does that say to you? Your body was too freaked out and stressed out to do it. You got to let it get into a place where it's going to want to lose weight. It holds on. When it doesn't feel safe, it will not release that weight. Only in a stressed place will it will. But you get your body into a safe place and it finally feels like it's running better, then it'll start to lose weight for you, and easily and freely.
I think too, because we'll have, and again, like I always say to women, there is no right or wrong here, but you will get the results. You will get the amount of result for the effort that you put in. So it's like, we don't tell you that you need to be 100%, but if you are not consistent, but then you're going, why don't I get quicker results? Well, that's the reason why. So I think you need to remember, like, life isn't going to be perfect. You have kids, you have a job, you have stress in your life, shit happens, you're going to fail forward. But it's like, also you need to be realistic about what you can achieve in a certain amount of time. And if you do want quicker results, be 100%. Like, and I see the women who come in and, there's some people who are just like, they're like, they're OCD. They're like, you tell them to do something and they do everything to the letter. They get quicker results.
Sure.
But that's just life. It's like, you've just got to be realistic and don't compare yourself to someone else. And I think don't lie to yourself. Like, take ownership and responsibility for where you're at. Because we're never going to sit there and say to you, well, you've been bad and you should have done this. But we'll also go, well, you haven't been 100%. So you need to own that. And you just need to keep moving forward, and you need to be realistic about the time frame that you can achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve in, and just keep going.
Yeah. It is like anything you do in life, you know, what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And this is a new process for anyone. Like what we teach people is not something that the rest of the world is going to tell them to do. It's a completely separate and different philosophy. So it does take a little bit of time for you to wrap your head around it and to make those adjustments. But once people do, and once you do and start going with it, you will see significant results, but you're just also going to feel so much better, and all that craziness is going to go away that you've been having for the last 20 plus years. You're like, wow. I mean, and I know you see it, and I do too. It's like, I don't think about these things anymore. I feel, as you said, more free, because I just aren't crazy craving and being like a psycho all the time about my food and exercise, right? 1200 calorie diet never, ever work. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I know one person that probably still eats one, and like I said, she's like 92 pounds, and that is, it's probably
You must feel like crap.
So,
yeah.
Well, I think her metabolic is she's such a small person, and so, and I mean, literally such a teeny little person, but quite honestly, it consumes her, and I see it consumes her, and but that's how she chooses to live. We all have our choices, but if you don't want your food to consume you, if you don't want to be starving all the time, if you want to feel better and have more energy and sleep better and actually still be able to eat everything, then this is the best route to go. Plain and simple,
And it's for life. Like, I think you've got to get it. Like I say to, we'll get on the calls and we'll talk to them about alcohol. Like we should do a thing on alcohol, but I'm like, you're not getting results because you keep drinking piss. I'm like, you need to look at the person you are now, and that person needs to change, because show me any person who is in great shape, that feels amazing, that sinks piss every weekend. It doesn't happen. So you've got to decide, like you have to, every now and then you can drink, I think. And if your body can handle it, I mean, I don't hardly drink now at all. Even when I do, I'll have like 2 glasses of wine, but even then I'm just like, oh, I don't even enjoy it anymore, to be honest. Like, I used to just get absolutely shit faced. But it's like, you've got to go look at the woman that you want to become. Like, what are the habits, the rituals? What do they do every day? And it's like, the person you are now isn't going to get you there, and it's like, you've got to go. Like this one lady, she was like, yeah, Kitty, it was so funny. I was drinking. She goes, because we all have these things. We're like, okay, come on, let's just do 1 week at a time with no alcohol. And they'll do a week, and then they'll do another week. She goes, I've done 2 weeks. And I'm like, how much are you drinking? 6 beers and 2 glasses of wine a night. And then every night. And then on the weekend more. And she's like, I said, are you feeling heaps better? She's like, I feel so much better. I think you got to ask yourself too, like, and this is quite confronting for some of the women in our program. I was like, because I've been there. It's like, I've been where you've been, and I was drinking for a reason. I'm like, you need to dig deep and face the pain. Like it's shit, but you got to do it, because if you really want to change and get better, then you have to face that pain and work through it and work out why you self-medicating all the time. And it's going to be hard. But that's another topic for another time. We should do alcohol next, I recken.
Sure.
It's a good one.
Because I've been down that path too. I mean, I've done everything and anything in the world, so I know that. And it was a good time, and I certainly enjoyed it. But
me too.
It's not right. I wouldn't take it back. But again, not a life you can sustain. And not one that you want to live on a continual basis. Not now. I mean, I want to be present in my life, and that stuff doesn't ever make you present. You're like in another planet, So that was fun. But again, for you to shift and change for the better, you got to be more conscious. You got to be present in your thought. Can't live on 1,200 calories, ladies.
So stop it right now.
I mean, you can choose to. I mean, but we all have choices, but there is a way better way. And and I think, thank God that we all found this. For 8 years I've been doing it, and it's like I don't even know. I can't remember the time when I sat there and was like crazy and would come home and feel like I needed to raid my refrigerator, because that's what I would do sometimes. And I never ever happens anymore. Never.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
So. Oh, I know. So good. Well, thank you so much. I know that you have to go and I have to go.
Always a pleasure.
But that was awesome. And I will catch up with you next week, and perhaps we can talk about alcohol.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, cool. Have a great week. Cool. I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Bye.